Hello from the dung heap, everybody. These are my friends. A lot of them.
friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Hello. Hi, everybody. Here we are. What is it? Tuesday, October 15th. Wow, already. Hi. So, I thought I would come on today. I still wasn't too sure. Yesterday was a holiday, which I completely forgot about, a federal holiday. Not that I celebrate it, but yeah. So I had this great plan. I was going to make all these phone calls. I was going to conduct all this business, all the things that I've been putting off that I'm too afraid of because I have a lot of self-doubt and all kinds of stuff. And it was a holiday. So I just cleaned the house and played with the puppies, and yeah, that was it. So I didn't have to shower yesterday or get out of my jammies. So just to let you know. TMI, I'm sure. Hey, The Journey 2020, good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in. Susan P, hello. George Massey, fasten your seatbelts. Thank you to all the mods. I've got Stay Spiria. Hey, darling. Good to see you. Mischief Managed. Thank you so much for all you do. Susan P. Hello. We have our friend Asen. Hey there. And our friend Joel. Wouldn't be the same without you, Joel. Hi, sweetheart. Hello, I'm here. Yay. Can't wait to see Marilyn. I've missed you all too. It's been a couple days. I think the last stream I did was Saturday. So yeah, so a lot has happened. My boys had 2 gigs this weekend, and well, I did share some things I think on my Facebook, but I'll share some more stuff. I don't know if I can do it here because I don't really have it up, but yeah, so Saturday, I think I told you all that my boys had a pretty big gig. They've been looking forward to it, and so have I. They opened for a long-standing cover band, AC/DC cover band called Back in Black, or something like that. And it turns out that my boys ended up playing twice as long as they were slated for and got twice the money, which is great, because the AC/DC band, they're getting up there in age, I heard something like a stroke's been happening, so sadly, but they've been playing since 1990 all over the country. I don't know about the world, but all over the country. And their drummer got really sick. And so they got somebody from Boston that's in another cover band, AC/DC cover band. I guess he's been playing for 8 years in that band. He came out, they tried like 3 or 4 songs. They said he couldn't get through 10 seconds without making a major mistake. So they kicked him out, sent him back to Boston. And I think I mentioned this before, that this venue, make sure sorry, my microphone looked really weird, that this venue is partially run by the Guthrie family, or at least they're highly involved. And Austin's pretty good friends with Abe Guthrie, who is Woody Guthrie's grandson and Ariel Guthrie's son. So anyway, he was trying to find another drummer. They finally found a local drummer. He did fantastic. He wrote the set list, and he's in a band that's like all like hard rock. Austin knows him really well. But what happened was they had to cut down their set list. So long story short, the boys got to play double the time. They sold like $500 in t-shirts, just my boys did. So it was a great night. Then the second night, I had roasted potatoes in the oven and all kinds of stuff. And I forgot whose recipe it was, but it was with mayonnaise, really good. But I had them in the oven, and I got a call that my long lost cousin, who's a professional musician in Florida, was fleeing the hurricane for a few days and ended up coming out to see family. And he was playing at the restaurant that my boys live over. So Austin's been wanting to meet him for like 7 years, and he vowed he would never come back to the New England. And he did. My cousin, Jake Rozier is his name. And he plays, I think, in Fort Lauderdale and a bunch of other places in Florida. And he came up with his wife and they played, and Austin got to jam with them. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's probably copyrighted, but I will put some clips on my channel because I think it's worth seeing. So long story. But anyways, that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. And yeah, just always working through some things. And I thought, we can discuss some of those things, and maybe it'll help somebody else, Hey, Vanessa, great to see you. Granny G, hi there. Yeah, so I just thought I would kind of give you the rundown while I'm waiting for people to come in. Terry Morgan, hi there, friend. Good to see you. Dr. MLS, hi there. Constance June, that's great for Austin and Carter. Sorry, the drummer. That's who I know. I don't know what happened, but yeah, he sounded pretty sick. And yeah, the new drummer or the fill-in drummer did not work out, so they were going to cancel the whole thing. And then they found a local drummer who did fantastic. So yes, thank you. I know this was the most t-shirt sale, the highest t-shirt sales I've made like ever. So that was exciting. Failed pessimist, hi there. Vanessa, another Vanessa. Weekend full of music. Yeah. I was tired because when you get around people and you have a couple cocktails and yeah, it can be tiring. You can get a little washed out. Hey, Kimberly in Japan. Yeah, it's very late where you are. Hi, Marilyn and all. Just dropping in before going to bed. So happy for you boys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, Amber. Yes, great to see you. Okay, so I wanted to just talk about a few things that, again, I've been musing about, been kind of going through, working through, and I feel like maybe it can be helpful to some of you. I'm always open to your input. I definitely don't have a complete handle on this. I want to talk about self-doubt because it's something that has plagued me all my life, honestly. And I think even more so lately than the last few years, just because being in front of the camera, being here on the internet, it's very new to me. It still feels like not totally comfortable, but I'm really just growing into it and just being myself as much as I possibly can, without being too TMI. So I just want to show you a couple of things that I gathered from the internet, and I did put several links in the description below. So I'd love to hear your input on all this. So talking about self-doubt. So this is basic definition. You can define it in some different ways, but I thought this was a good one. Self-doubt. Self-doubt is the feeling you get when you lack confidence or feel incapable of doing the things you need to do. You might experience uncertainty around the things you can't control or worry about things not going to plan. We all experience this feeling sometimes, and it can be a good thing because it shows that you understand what you need to improve in order to grow. However, persistent fear and self-doubt can affect your life in a negative way. Forms of self-doubt. There are 3 forms of self-doubt. Imposter syndrome, a fear of others seeing you as a fraud or being undeserving of your accomplishments. Self-sabotage, where you undermine yourself, your values, and your goals. And 3, indecisiveness, where you struggle to make big and small decisions due to worrying that no matter which path you take, it'll be wrong. Yeah, I've struggled with all 3 of those. I think we've talked about imposter syndrome before, and it wouldn't be a bad idea, I think, to revisit that. Having a fear of others seeing you as a fraud or being undeserving of your accomplishment. Like when I have had success, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not used to this. Do I deserve this? Is this really something that I have earned? Or, you get like almost like stage fright, like, whoa, like this isn't really something I've earned, but hey, now I'm trying to just lean into things and do my best, right? Self-sabotage, you undermine yourself, your values, and your goals. And I do want to show you a list. I did link it below. Some of the quotes just about self-doubt from many different people, and throughout history, and even like Shakespeare, and I can't remember if it was Henry Ford or something. One of them said something along the lines of, if you think you can do it or you think you can't do it, you're right. So it's like, if you think you can, most likely you can. If you think you can't, you know, my adopted dad used to say, "Can't never tried," like as if can't was a person. Can't never tried. And I think that makes sense. Indecisiveness, where you struggle to make big and small decisions due to a worry that no matter which path you take, it'll be wrong. Yeah, that's also a big one for me, because um, I till I was 36, I mostly had my decisions made for me, you know? Um, who to marry, where to go on vacation, how many kids to have, where to spend my time, um, what scriptures to read, how, what I did with my kids, schooling, all the major decisions were made by Marlene Sweeney. I'd like to say her name any chance I get, because she earned it along with David Miscavige. She made all the decisions, and having that, having myself just take my power back when I was 36, it was really difficult. It was difficult for me because I questioned all of my decisions, and I felt like I wasn't even worthy to make my own decisions, and that I was so used to being at someone else's disposal that I couldn't. It took me a while to grow into really who I was. Yeah, Granny G, I think everyone has or does struggle with self-doubt. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I want to just kind of touch on some other things, and some things that you can use to combat self-doubt, which I thought was really good. I'll just skim over them because I did link it below, and I don't want to spend the whole time reading. I want to talk to you all, so, and get your input on this. All right. Okay, so this is 18 ways to overcome self-doubt. We kind of already read the definition. So there's finding validation within. Since self-doubt thrives on lack of validation, remembering slash better understanding who you are as an individual, beliefs, values, and strengths, and improving your relationship with yourself is a good way to overcome self-doubt. And then suggest journaling, remembering your achievements, taking time to take inventory of all your accomplishments. I think that was really good. Positive self-talk. We tend to be hard on ourselves and use negative self-talk. It may seem harmless, but if you're speaking poorly to yourself, it sets up the space to allow that kind of criticism from others. Right. So when you're kind of telling yourself you can't do it, and then somebody else is telling you can't do it, you're going to believe it. So it's, you need to give yourself some pep talk, positive self-talk. I do it all the time. I try. Daily affirmations. Reading daily affirmations can help with self-encouragement and stave off feelings of depression in the morning. That's a really good point. Practicing self-compassion, being mindful of your language, using language that comes from a place of encouragement and optimism is a good way to tackle self-doubt feelings. Don't compare yourself with others. Another good one. Spending time with loved ones and fur babies and friends. I had a very good talk, a wonderful talk today, this morning, with my good friend, Kelly Copter. And she's just so positive and just such a light in my life. And I just love her. And she helps me a lot. And I hope that I can return the favor. So remember your values. When you're dealing with self-doubt, it can feel like everything you have or do is never good enough. Always remember your values. It is a very rich practice that makes you feel more fulfilled and confident. I thought this was good. Also, limiting social media, because we all know the negativity that's flying around, even in this space. If you don't fill your mind with it, then and let it plant seeds in you, then it won't grow. So I'm really trying to do that as well, is limiting and picking and choosing what I'm filling my mind with. 12, ground yourself. When you're dealing with self doubt, it's easy to go into a spiral of all the things you're struggling with or feel you cannot do. It's important to find ways to ground yourself, making sure you stimulate all the senses. Grounding can be physical, mental, or a combination of both. Finding activities that provide a sense of accomplishment. With me, it's things like crocheting, because it's not like doing laundry where the laundry's going to need to be done again soon, and dishes and things like that. Although those need to be done, and sometimes there's a sense of accomplishment. Like if I clean the kitchen and I look back, I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. There's a good feeling there. You have a sense of accomplishment, but it's nice when things stay done. At least in my opinion. Practice gratitude. I love this one. We used to call it count your blessings, but I like this better. Practice gratitude. Well, we're all imperfect and make mistakes. Practicing gratitude and believing that as humans, we're allowed to mess up and can empower us to feel motivated to do better, grow, and learn from our mistakes. Absolutely. Remember what you've accomplished. So, again, thinking back on your accomplishments and giving yourself credit where credit is due. Remember, you are your biggest critic. No one judges you harder than you judge yourself. And I'll let you read the rest, but self-criticism leads to self-doubt. Absolutely. Identifying personal opportunities for growth. Self-doubt can serve as a mirror that shows us what to work on and opportunities for growth. It can be really helpful to use doubts as data to create action items to improve. So yeah, you're kind of leaning into it. You're like, okay, I'm doubting myself about this. What can I do to ensure that I'm as successful as I possibly can be? So I thought that was good. And then therapy, you can work with therapists to uncover underlying issues. Undiagnosed mental health conditions is powerful. Yeah, I think therapy is also a great tool. I'm not of the opinion that that it's okay to therapy shame people, trauma shame them, pushing them into therapy, like you need therapy. Well, I don't think a therapist would tell you if you had therapy. I don't think a good therapist would sign off on you going around telling everybody else they need therapy in an insulting way, you know? So, um, how do you know Bo Beats is here? She comes with her hoard of Rodneys. Yeah, I haven't seen her yet, but I will totally. Oh, there she is. Hey, darling. Yeah, I love when she's bringing out the Rodneys. I love it. So yeah, I want to read some of your comments, and then I've got some great quotes that I found. It's like 50 of them, but I'm only going to read a few of them. But again, I've linked everything below, and I would love your feedback if you're watching on the replay. Just anything you want to share, let me know. Or you can email me at coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. I read all the comments. I try to get to as many emails as I can, and I have been better at answering emails. I'm really trying. Hey, Journey 2020, Marilyn, I too struggle with self-doubt. Every day is a struggle for me. I have to remember how far I've come in life with challenges. Exactly, exactly. You see how far you've come. You see the things the obstacles you've already overcome, and you're strong, and you can do this. And yeah, they say you can do what you put your mind to. I do believe that. I really do. Hey. Eve May Garain, hey there. Greetings from the Netherlands. Starting to cook dinner. 6:30 p.m. over there whilst listening to you. Interesting topic. Sadly, I can relate to imposter syndrome. Yeah, I think many people can, at least in some degree. Yeah. Mischief just said number 3 to my husband a few days ago. Why is it no matter what I decide, it's the wrong thing? Yeah, I can relate to that because I didn't feel confident enough to make decisions, and it's almost like a game, like behind door number 1 or door number 2. I'm like, ugh. And sometimes decisions are made for you by default. So, for better or worse, I've been learning to just do my best to make my own decisions. Or even preferences. I wasn't allowed to have preferences, so working on that as well. Amber Vaness, hey there, comment. In the Sea Org, they tell you there is no such thing as try. It's do. There's a whole policy about it. And if you don't do what they say, they'll read it to you. Yeah. Is that linked to the fact, the whatever in their mind, that you've lived so many lives before and that you already know things? Because that's one thing that just blew my mind when I heard that kids were told in the Sea Org and the Cadet Org that, oh, you know how to do this. You know how to lay bricks. You know how to do all this dangerous shit, because you've done it in a past life. Like, I just can't imagine that. It's just so abusive. And it puts you down. It's like sets you up for failure, which is just so wrong. One of the many things that's wrong about Scientology. Vanessa, I had a mantra of fake it till you make it when I started my current career, and it stuck around for years. I still struggle with imposter syndrome, but no longer just plowing through my day and work. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, you have to, there's a learning curve for pretty much everything. And my, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you guys think about this? Like, I'm kind of getting up there. I'm going to be 54 in a couple months. And I've been seeing a lot of videos on people over 50 on YouTube or on the internet, and the benefits of starting a channel and things like that. I think it's really interesting. And I haven't seen any videos of like quite the same experiences that I've had, but I'm thinking of doing a video if I can figure out how to edit it, and maybe ask some of my some of my good friends that edit, like George and Kelly. But yeah, I just thought it would be nice, almost like a video, like blog, like a vlog, right? Of some of the things that I've encountered, some things that I would maybe do differently, some things that I've done that have been successful, and also just goals that I have that I've set for myself that I've either, you know, abandoned because they no longer apply to me, or things I'm still working towards, or things that I have accomplished. So I don't know. I just thought maybe not make it an age thing, but I think that sometimes it's intimidating when you are older. Like me, I've barely been on the internet at all, and here I am with a channel. And I mean, as far as my standards go, I think I've done pretty well, and I love interacting with you all. So it's been fulfilling, but there's been some other things that I was like, oh, I kind of wish I could have avoided that. Maybe all of them couldn't be avoided, but yeah, I think it's kind of fun and fulfilling for me to share my experiences and also hear yours so that we can relate to each other. This is one of my favorite things about being on here. So, the journey 2020, my husband of almost 20 years makes jokes about that to me, that things can go wrong because, oh, no. No, that's not nice. And that's not true. Positive self-talk, right? And if your hubby's saying that stuff like that, just be like, no, I don't think so. Cut the crap and don't say that to me. Asen, mainly the thing I do that might fall under the category of self-doubt is to question how my kids took something I said or did. Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. I think that is because I don't want to fall into the same behavior like my mother. Yeah, that's a good point. I think that I've had that struggle as well, is that um I I really have had a lot of heart to hearts with my kids, and I know that I'm not perfect. I still sometimes, let them down, but I try to keep the lines of communication open, and I think in that way it's um it's helped me not doubt myself so much about my parenting skills, and the past too, because I've asked them to forgive me a bajillion times, and they're always like, "Mom, it's okay, it's okay." And you know, that can go both ways. So like I don't feel like it's okay because I don't want to I didn't want to create any harm, but at the same time, I learned from them. I learned from my kids and also from my mistakes. And I think that that's what's important. And it helps give you, I guess, confidence to tackle the next thing, right? So, Hey, Clearwater Chad, good to see you. Hey, Cal, I was just talking with your ears ringing, honey. Good to see you. Gonna read a couple more. These start. Pip, Eve May Carrete. Pippi Longstocking would say, I have never done this, so I think I can do it. I wish I was able to think that about myself when I was young. It would have helped me big time, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, that quote, I got to find that quote because it's so good. It was like, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You know, I found that as a kid, I was so many things that I wasn't good at, like sports, things like that. And I I could maybe get by with a few things, like I was mediocre, average, below average, maybe student, mediocre student, mediocre swimmer, mediocre ice skater. But at one point, I decided I was going to work on some being good at some things, where I can be pretty confident. And I got pretty good at crocheting. I'm sure there's people who can crochet better than me, but I'm pretty good at that. That's one of the things I think I can do pretty well. And I got better at swimming. I still don't like to put my head in the water and hold my breath. That's not something that's really fun. And uh, I got okay, pretty good. I mean, I'm not like a figure skater, and I haven't skated in probably 10 years, but I got pretty good at it. I could do backwards crossovers and a little bit of spins, like nothing really crazy, amazing. But um, it, the way I was able to do it was to actually tell myself that I could. Does that make sense? Like instead of being so afraid to fall, so afraid of failure, so afraid of someone else criticizing me, afraid of looking stupid, I got better and better at ice skating. And now I don't do it anymore, but I really loved rollerblading too. That was something I really maybe sometime again I'll do it again. But right now, probably not an option. But um the whole confidence thing and positive self-talk, I think it really does help to help you accomplish things because if you go into it doubting yourself and feeling like you're not going to accomplish anything valuable, then you've already lost the battle. At least I that's how I feel. Hey, Dr. MLS, great stuff. Thank you. You're very welcome. I love these talks and I thank you so much for all the positive feedback that you've all given. It's really been helpful. And I do want to um, present things that you all want to hear and see, but I'm not going to worry about, thousands of views or whatever. I I really want to be able to, you know, kind of just center myself and where I want my channel to go and not worry about the numbers, not worry about, and I really haven't for the most part. There have been some things that I've done that are more spicy that people watch, but as far as longevity goes, I think that um, being like growing into myself and what I'm good at, what I'm comfortable with, what I can sustain is this kind of thing because I feel like it's helping me and hopefully it's helping somebody else to discuss some of these things that are pretty much part of cult recovery, part of trauma recovery, just learning learning and loving, like Laura says, Lara, I should say. Yeah, it's just part of life. And I like I say, I always look at those articles and things like Harvard Business Review and Indeed.com and those places is like, those are people that a lot of them have been successful in what they've set their mind to. So I'm like, hey, maybe they have something to offer, you know? And just like those quotes, I'll read you a few of them. People that have been around the block a few times and we can learn from them. So, yeah. Hey, Liz Gale, great to see you, honey. It takes a brave person to start a channel, share their authentic self, deal with the haters, stay true to their mission, goals, especially when they're telling their own story. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, anybody that wants to be a hater and criticize someone for putting themselves out there, let's see them do it. You try it and then it's not so easy. Absolutely. And I give you a lot of credit for that. Absolutely. And fuck the haters and stay true to yourself. Yeah, that is perfect. Asen comment, look at you, great family, being creative with crocheting, starting a channel, quitting smoking, leaving a cult, rescuing your kids, creating a safe space for us all. Thank you. I'm damn proud of you. Thank you so much, Asen. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And yeah, thank you. Because yeah, I did quit smoking and started a channel and all the things in the last year and a half. So I appreciate that. And it is good to look back and think of the things that you've done instead of the things that you failed on. So thanks. Thank you, Stay Spirit. You are the best crocheter, Rodneys and Raymonds in the universe. Thank you, darling. James Dale, regrets are a part of life. It's about learning and growing. We have to move forward. We have no choice. Speaks a man who's tried uh, to not 4 times. I'm not sure what that means, but to move forward. Yeah, you have to move forward. You're absolutely right. And right, mistakes aren't failures. They're learning opportunities, right? That's what they say. Amber, yes, because there's no such thing as a kid. They're big beings in small bodies. Yeah, that's terrible. So cruel. I'm so sorry. That's awful. Awful. Vanessa, oh, I loved rollerblading. It was my favorite way to decompress while in the Sea Org. Really, in New York City, I would go with all those, who was also my guardian since my dad worked with him at St. Hill. Oh wow, yeah. Well, that's good. You got to go rollerblading. Even I didn't know you were in the Sea Org in New York City. Wow, it's wild. Yeah, I'd love to hear your story. We would slap some rollerblades on at 12 a.m. and see the empty streets of New York City about an hour. Wow, that's wild. Granny G, I personally love this kind of stream. It's like group therapy. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I'm not a therapist or a doctor or anything like that or a counselor, but just a person who's, living and hopefully learning and relating to all of you. That's what I love it. James Still, I thought chiropractors were just a hoax. I stand corrected. Oh, I get it. That's a funny one. That's a good one. I love it. Vanessa, what's therapeutic to one person could be toxic to another. No one should be pushing therapy on others. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, kind of what reminds me, because I think it's very hard to not think in Bible verses sometimes, because it was, my life for first 2/3 of my life. But it's like he, cast the first stone. He was without sin, cast the first stone. It's like, are you perfect? Are you exhibiting all the things that a totally healed person that's had lots of therapy uh, acts like? I don't know. I don't know anybody that's perfect. So yeah, I just, that's one thing that really burns my biscuits when I see that, because I don't think it's fair. So I'm just putting it out there. Anyways. He said, I'm aware of what I all achieve, but I sometimes get angry when others belittle those. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Clara Chad. You've got this, Marilyn. Keep shining and pushing forward. Every step counts, and your strength is inspiring. Stay true to your path. You're doing amazing. Thank you, Chad. I love ya, bro. Yeah, you were a big part of me coming on here and starting this whole crazy journey. So thank you for everything you've done for me. Appreciate you. Joe McQueen, there are times that we do or don't do things because of fear of failure. We really do learn more from failure than success. Give yourself a break. You can fail. It's okay. And grow. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Hey, Kimberly in Japan. I told you I was going to sleep, but my mother used to tell me to put on your mask. You can act it out. That was horrible advice. Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. Well, now you know that it wasn't the best advice. Maybe she, it's like, I'm sure she meant well, but yeah, it's best to just be yourself, be our authentic self as much as you can. Hey, Lena. Hey there. I got an amazing gift from the universe. I almost thought you said Amazon. Is that terrible? I got an Amazon gift. Amazing gift from the universe. Things I've dreamt of suddenly being delivered on a silver platter. Wow. But I am my techlexia, self-doubt, and PTSD making me find excuses, reasons not to follow through. Well, the first step to getting through something in recovery is to recognize it, right? So you recognize that. And techlexia, yes, I have that. That's for sure. Um, Self-doubt and PTSD. Yeah. I I'm going through that myself. There's a lot of things that are kind of happening in my life I'm trying to figure out, and there's a steep learning curve, and it has to do with technology. It also has to do with a lot of paperwork, and I have to slog through insurances and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot. And business things, it does intimidate me because I never felt like I understood things like that I was all that smart. So I'm just getting to the point where I realize if I just do it, just put myself in a position where I can learn, then I get more confidence as I go along. So that's a really good point. Like, just don't let the self doubt and your past PTSD make you find excuses. Absolutely. Just do it, right? Like Nike. Hey, Hef. TMI, but I woke up to pee just in time. All right. Hey, good afternoon. Hey, whatever gets you here. I'm all for it. It's not TMI. Asen, comment. The biggest regret I have is I didn't manage the separation and divorce a few years earlier to spare my kids. Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, I haven't experienced divorce, but leaving the call, I mean, I wouldn't take it all back because then I wouldn't have met my husband, I wouldn't have my kids, but I wish I had left like 10 years before, honestly. Um, I think life would have been a little easier, but what can you do? I'm who I am because of what I've been through, I guess, and what I've learned. So, yeah. Oh, this is the second part of it. Uh, Kimberly, now I'm learning to be myself and starting to love it. I still have fear that I'm not good enough. I've done tons of mistakes, but I'm here and learning more and more. That's awesome. Yeah, that's all you can do is just learn, and living and learning and loving, right? I keep thinking of like Lara's song. Yeah. Granny G, every day is a good day when James Still is in the chat. I agree. He's so funny and always very upbeat. James Still and James Smith. So once I thought they were the same person because they have like a similar upbeat personality. Kathy, hey there. Marilyn, those of us in the chat appreciate you. And I also appreciate the chat here sometimes. It helps just to know you're not alone in what you're going through. Yeah, that's been just one of the best things for me being in this space is to be able, like I keep saying was so true, to be able to interact with you all, relate to you, and get some wisdom. I get a lot of nuggets of wisdom from you all. And it does help to not be alone. And you know, I do want to focus I can do a little bit of multitasking, and that let's fight Scientology, let's expose cults, let's expose Scientology, let's support the people that are out on the front lines. I support the protesters. I support everyone who is out there writing letters, to the government, going to those meetings, all the things. And I feel like maybe, something that I can help with is maybe like just processing some things because I'm still learning. I'm still learning how the world works. And I love to talk to people who are having not only, well, successes, but also struggles. And we can kind of help each other through it. So thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. I hate to hear you say you don't think you're that smart. I disagree. And I'm super duper smart. Okay, there. Well, if you're super duper smart and you think I'm smart, then I need to believe you instead of me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dr. MLS comment, especially love the research and coping mechanisms and tips. Thank you for that. Yeah, I really enjoy doing it. Just looking into these things because it helps me to identify when there's something going on, like some type of turmoil, or I'm feeling some type of way, to be able to identify that so that I can make it better, right? So that I can overcome it. And I want to tell, when you have like some type of we call it victory in the church, but some kind of win or whatever, you want to share it, genuinely. If you have something that's helped you, that you want to impart that to other people and share it with them as well. Vanessa, there's a lot of Vanessas. There's a David Bowie quote about when you're a bit out of your depth, you're in the right place to do something exciting. All right. Yeah, I get it. I was thinking David Bowie. Wasn't he in Labyrinth? That was definitely in over your depth, right? Asen, I read somewhere if you really want to do something, you will find a way. And if you don't, you'll find excuses. There you go. Yeah. They say where there's a will, there's a way, right? Dad joke of the day, James Still. Did you hear the joke about the germ? Never mind. I don't want to spread it. All right, then. Thank you for that. James tossing out the adorable dad jokes left and right, like free candy. Yes. Step right up. Get your dad jokes here. A saying, Granny G, one example, I was sewing my whole life, but with 45, I went and got a professional custom tailor training with certificate just to know if the methods I use were the professional way. Yeah, I know. I feel very intimidated when people, ask me if I want to do like a teaching video, different teaching videos of crochet tutorials, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I do it right. And I don't know how to tell people to hold the yarn, and I'm not sure how to get them to learn the tension and all that to even start. So yeah, I guess it's a little intimidating to me because I don't even know if I'm doing it right. But I know the finished product comes out pretty good. So yeah, it's something I definitely want to look into. I was just talking to Kelly about that today. Maybe growing my channel or starting another channel because I know a lot of you are crafters and interested in that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Sky's the limit. There's so many things that you're on the interwebs that you can do. So it's pretty exciting, actually. Kathy, James, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You always bring me back when things get too deep, and thank you. Yes, I absolutely agree with that because we do talk about some really heavy things here, and humor, laughter is the best medicine. Absolutely. So I love it. Hey, Miriam, great to see you. Hey, Eric, good morning again. Yeah, we're doing the stream hopping. I was just watching Scientology Up North. I love Miriam. She's the cutest. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that, but you are. You're just adorable. I just love to watch you. And you have a lot to offer this whole space. You've done so much, and I just love listening to you. I just like watching you. Winding down. Awesome. Listening to you on my way home. That's awesome. Let's see. I got some more started. Hey, Vanessa, a gem that I touched on in Nat's live from CCF. Trying to think what that is. Crappy childhood? Is that what it is? Those neglected/abused as kids often struggle with intense emotions, mental overwhelm, and urge to avoid life just so they can get through the day. Yeah, absolutely. I went through a lot of that, and now I know I called it blanking out. I would just kind of dissociate and not really deal. And so much time went by. Like, I mean, I don't want to say I wasted a lot of years, but I kind of did because I just wanted, yeah, I did the whole avoidance thing and convinced myself that I couldn't do it. And therefore I didn't even try, because I can't never try, right? Asen, what I do every morning is staying in bed for 5 more minutes and think of positive things and what I'm grateful for, like having healthy kids, roof over my head, food in the pantry, and so on. It helps. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's like being a glass half full person. You you want to be around somebody like that. And if you're like that, you want to be around yourself a little more. Cuz like I always say, wherever you go, there you are. There you are. So I want to be the type of person that I want to hang out with, you know, if that makes any sense at all. Hey, Janelle, people don't need tutorials. They'll just keep you company while you craft. And if you're lucky, they'll be working on their craft too. Yeah, I might do that. I love how Pup Groomer 20 does it, where she has a camera and then next to it, she's got like the overview camera and she's working on stuff. I love that. I'm not sure how to do that with StreamYard. I think she has Restream, but that'd be really fun. Oh, you're welcome, honey. I mean it. Even though it sounded really goofy and corny, I do mean it. James Steele, I will watch anything you do, Marilyn. Would love for you and the mods. You guys give me so much hope. Thank you so much. I know the mods are awesome, and I love this chat and the mods. It's just a very pleasant place to be. um, I'm not saying because of me, but because of all you, and the mods are amazing. Joel McQuain, I say this as I grow very near my 71st birthday. My biggest failure led to my biggest success. I owe that failure a lot. Your worst your worst day may lead to your best. Life is a recipe with lots of stuff. That's right. Lots of ingredients. hmm Yeah. I I wasn't planning on sharing this, but um it's between you and us, right? You and I. You don't tell anybody. We're all friends here. Um I've been struggling with a lot of things lately. I physically, I've been trying to work on my health. As you all know, I quit smoking 4 months ago. Um, and then that happened. And then, of course, my doctor's like, okay, now let's work on your diet and your eating and your exercise and all that. And for me, it's like it's been a negative chain reaction that I'm trying to turn around. And Duncan says it's kind of not about this, but whenever you're going in a certain direction and you want to turn around, he said it's like turning around a what do you call those boats with the planes on air? What do you call those? But anyways, yeah, those giant boats, right? Like the Titanic, trying to turn it around. It takes a while. It takes a while to steer it in a different direction, right? Um, and I can't believe I can't even think of that. See, this is part of my problem is my whole brain fog thing. That's another thing I'm very insecure about, have self-doubt about is can I even talk? But anyways, yeah, it's like, okay, I want to lose weight, which means I really need to work on my diet and also to exercise because those two things kind of go together. Hard to exercise when you're exhausted all the time and you're in pain from fibromyalgia. And come to find out, I stopped breathing several times at an hour. And one point they logged that I stopped breathing for 80 seconds, which I can't even hold my breath even half that long. So that's kind of scary. So like I'm dealing with that. I'm really trying to work through it and telling myself that I can do it because part of it is just like, I can't deal with this. I can't have this mask on my face. I'm just setting myself up for failure because I'm like, I have claustrophobia. I have this. I have never been able to do that. Blah, blah, blah. I can't hold my breath underwater. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try. I'm going to keep at it, give it the whole college try. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this every day for a month and I'm going to try to get a little better, a little better. So I was able to tolerate it for an hour at a time the first week. Then the second week, it's been 2 weeks today, 2 hours at a time. And I kept waking up every hour. So this is a lot. I'm trying to get through this so I'm not boring you guys. But so last night was the first night that I was able to keep it on consistently for almost 5 hours, like over 4 hours, because that's what they want you to do, is over 4 hours, you know. So I did it. I did it. And I was like, I don't know how I did it, because I was like kind of not wanting to even try it, but I did. So it tells me that maybe I can do 6 hours, you know. Maybe I can do 8 hours. Maybe I'll start feeling better. Maybe I'll start feeling like I have more energy. A lot of people tell me they're like a new person when they really stick it out and use it. So I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go backwards, because that means that I'm probably not going to be breathing very well, and you're setting yourself up for risk of a lot of health problems, and even premature unalive, like death, right? So yeah. Um Yeah, I think it's just getting back on the horse every day. It's like, okay, today I haven't any sugar or anything like forbidden. I feel pretty good. Um, I just have to be kind to myself and be like, okay, well, I want this to be a lifestyle. I want it to go forward as something that I can do long term. So, anyways, Zena Marlene, everybody. I got some nice tea today in my moose cup. So everybody partake in whatever you have. Uh, okay, I got some more start. All right, awesome. One more thing I wanted to say about my own situation is um there's a lot of things that have really plagued me in my head and my emotions lately. And part of it has to do with being in this space and, having a channel and all that. I took the last 2 days off, mostly because I had a lot of things going on with in real life with my family, but also, I just felt like I needed to pull back just for a couple days. It's like I did, I think, 5 videos in a row, and then kind of take a break and then maybe do 5 more. Um, it seems to work for me because I can kind of pull back and be like, okay, I need to refresh myself. I need to regain my confidence again, because sometimes I'll get tripped up by worrying about what other people think about me, worrying about where I stand on certain things, if people are going to not like me or they're going to reject me because I like this person or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? I am who I am. I am who I am, Who said that? Popeye? um, yeah, so I am who I am, and I need to accept that. And if people don't like it, oh well, I came to the point where um I kind of thought about like the worst case scenario of losing all my following, getting canceled, having everybody hate me. um, what's the worst case scenario? Like I go back to just having amazing life with my kids and my dogs and my husband, and the Airbnb we're building and all the things that are good about life. Yeah, that's the worst case scenario. But the best case scenario is to just keep going with you all, and being there for my friends and for myself and for my family and friends and everything. Here we are. So like I said, I want to be the type of person that I want to hang out with. Mhm. Well, really, Eric, I was thinking of starting my own knitting class where I share my vast knowledge. Class is about 15 seconds long. Well, I actually watched your embroidery class. I learned how to thread a needle. It only took an hour. No, I like to tease you. I would watch you pretty much do anything, Eric, because you're funny as hell. Hey, Nancy, comment Marilyn, I love your idea for 50 plus content, blog of what you've learned, etc. It gives people an opportunity to have information on what to expect if they want to tackle this themselves. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look into that because it's something that sounds fun and fulfilling for me too. So yeah. James Still, Maryland, please take us on a natural stroll around the Ponderosa. I could do that. Yeah, I can take you around here, the house in the holler. It's nothing really special. I mean, it's very cozy, I think. George has been here, and so has Hef. It's it's not like like magnificent in any way. It's just like a little cape. It's kind of sprawling a little bit, but little ranch kind of thing. But yeah, I'll do that, and I can definitely show you what's going on with the A-frame too. So, oh my God, Nancy, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate it. I'm getting a little teary. Thank you. There's your seal clap, and it's raining cups. Hallelujah, it's raining cups. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love getting new cups. It's just, it brightens my day, and it's the thing that really helps to support my channel as well. Like I always say, but it's so true. Janet, Marilyn, you are tackling a lot all at once. Be kind to yourself. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I keep thinking, it's like we talk about keeping our eye on the prize. It's like, you never know. Someday I might be a grandma. It hasn't happened yet, but and I just hope they don't Google me. But I don't know. Everybody tells me that if they do Google me and see that I'm infamous, I think it's kind of badass. But I want to be here. I want to be here to meet them. I want to be here to help, my kids and my grandkids. So, or whatever, or life in general. I wasn't planning on saying this, but Duncan and I, we love to watch these like NASA movies, and some of them are a little bit dry, but they're just interesting. Like I think we watch the NASA channel too, all the old footage, and they've been putting them together and actually putting some really cool footage together with interviews the last few years. And I saw one on Apollo 8, which was actually the first mission to the moon, although they didn't actually land on the moon like they did in the Apollo 11 with Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, all that. But this was really interesting because I don't know if you've seen Apollo 13 is one of my favorite movies. That's one of the reasons why I named Apollo, also because Apollo and Rocky. But anyways, Jim Lovell was the commander, and lucky that he survived. They're all lucky they survived Apollo 13. If you haven't watched that movie, watch it. It's awesome. And I think he wrote a book too about the moon. But he went to the moon the first time, and there's this famous picture. It's called Moon or Earth Rise. So it's basically the Earth is rising from the horizon of the moon, and it's absolutely beautiful, glorious. And he said something like, we often wonder, where heaven is or what will happen when we die and where is heaven. He said, maybe you ever think that maybe you're actually born into heaven, because he was saying how, and they were just showing footage of just the beautiful mountains and the sea and the trees and the animals and the fish and everything. Like you look around you and it's like, wow, life is kind of what you make of it. We can be thinking about these, all these assholes that are pissing us off, or we can just go pet a puppy, or we can be grateful that we're breathing in and out. We can be grateful, that there's pretty plants right behind me, and that we have the ability to even walk. Some people don't. That I live in a really beautiful place in the fall. This is the best time of the year, and it's just gorgeous here. And just being, like I said, cultivating gratefulness, and what do they call it? Is it gratefulness? Anyways, counting your blessings. Yeah, I just think that's a really good way to think of it. It's like, we're born into heaven every day, right? That's your choice. You can live in hell or you can live in heaven. It all depends on you. Hey, a girl, good to see you. I'm burning all of my biscuits so I don't eat them. That's one way. Love you. Thank you. Sorry, I am. Oh, Farrell, if you're going to Farrell Cheryl from Granny G, if you're going to spend time, so much time up here. Not sure. Make sure. Oh, he is sending down the good pizza. Okay, I'm not sure what that meant. That was starred, but oh, not the cheese. Okay, I get it now. Sorry, Georgie. Now I get it. I'm glad you started. That's funny. Hey, Eve. I failed too much in life, so now I'm only very scared of success. In September, I've had a sort of successful exhibition. Awesome. Show, don't sell. Now I'm struggling with imposter syndrome. Yeah, equals twisted. Yeah, well, you had a success because you are successful because you're you're talented. You're talented. So accept that. So there. So there. Ethan, comment, you don't like me? That is a you problem. The most important thing is you like yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I how do I say this? Um I'm trying not to be like a lot like go full Marilyn, and sometimes it can be a negative thing, but sometimes it can be like an over like I don't know, ambitious thing where I can kind of smother people. And once I'm your friend, it's really hard to get rid of me. So I'm trying to give people space without them feeling like I'm neglecting them. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess all I know is I mean well, right? I really do. And I don't want to smother people and make them like me, make them be my friend, or make them accept me. But at the same time, I don't want to reject them before they can reject me, if that makes sense. So it's all part of, I guess, talking about confidence in yourself and knowing your motives and liking yourself, you know, and being the person you want to hang out with. So, Hasten, don't excuse your place there is filled with love and is worth more than a highly stylized mansion. Thank you. Yeah, that's really how I feel about it. Like this was our starter home, and here we are 27 years later, still here. And yeah, I mean, I love it here. I don't know. I just feel at home and kind of grew on me. So, Liz, sometimes failures teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and others. Absolutely. Yeah. I I feel like whenever I realize that I made a mistake in something, it's like you can use it to either beat yourself up about it and go away with your tail between your legs, or you can learn from it. And sometimes that that does require some eating some crow, or that, as they call it, right? As apologizing and trying to see where the other person's coming from, which is sometimes hard for me, at least. Hey, pigs is pigs. Someone who has been trying to lose weight for 66 years, age 7. You can tackle many problems at once. You have to concentrate on one or two, then move on to the next. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, so far the smoking cessation's been successful. I still struggle with it, but that's a win. That's something that I feel like I've gained control over, and yeah, trying to gain control over other things. And another thing, excuse me, I think I need some tea. Another thing I've been trying to gain control over is just the time management, because I realize I can just kind of zone out, just like looking at my phone, just being like, and then all of a sudden, like I'm kind of just zoning out, and like practically drooling, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to live, I need to do shit, and that's why I'm trying to do everything I can to get more energy, so I can do it. Hobies, I would pay big money to see Eric Rader knitting. Me too. There's a TikTok channel, they call it TikTok channel, account, whatever. What is it called? I think it's called, I might be wrong, but I think it's something like I think his name's Randy. I could be wrong. Knits to relax or something. And it's the cutest thing. It's this guy who knits sweaters and baby blankets and everything, and he always has, like, some funky music going, and he'll show the yarn, and then all of a sudden, like, he'll have, like, a sleight of hand, and he's wearing the knitted sweater that he made, and he's always, like, badass. Oh my god, I'll have to show you some of it. He's so cute. I just love him. Him and his husband are adorable. But, yeah, I would pay big money to see Eric. There you go, Eric. Go for it. Hey, Mike Jesus. Hey. Love you. Great to see you. You make my day too. It makes my day to see you. I'm glad Jesus is here. They're my favorite Jesus ever. I love this saying, Granny G. Someone wise once told me, "Don't sweat the petty stuff, pet the sweaty stuff." I love it. No, I love it. More like that. When you click like more like that. What is George? What do you always say? Uh, what is it? Joke them if they can't take a book. Something like. Is that what you say? Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, yeah, makes sense to me. Journey 2020 comment. I'm actually in the same place as you, same boat or aircraft. I'm taking small steps such as 15 minutes walking a day. Yeah, eating more consciously instead of emotionally. Yeah, definitely. I'm working on like not eating after. Well, sometimes we eat late, but depends on when I get up and all that. But yeah, not eating after like 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes we don't eat dinner till 8, but then I stay up late. So yeah, I'm trying to work on that a lot. Vanessa Winbury. Oh, it's a Pharaoh Cheryl. Yeah, her dry humor. She's hilarious. Reminds me so much of my own childhood being raised by a Welshman. Yeah, her father Scottish or something? My mom would say, never know when he's joking. Yeah, I love it. That's why I like surrounding myself with Brits. I just love them. I'm probably super annoying to them, but they make me happy. Asen, I lost 45 pounds with low carb and intermittent fasting. I cut sugar and rice and bread, exchange wheat pasta with chickpea or lentil pasta, and so on. Yeah, right now I'm trying Zoom and not Zoom, Noom. Okay, I always call it Zoom because Zoom. I'm trying Noom because I like that it gives you the option of eating pretty much anything, but you you break it into set of points with Weight Watchers, which drove me crazy. It like you can scan things and it tells you like what category it's in and how like recommendations of what to eat. Like if you're at the grocery store and you're putting something on your list, it'll say here's some healthy swaps instead, and it gives you like a little, because I love the whole human behavior of it all, that. So it gives you like these little like 3-minute pep talks. And yeah, and I'll admit I took a 2-week break from it. I did it for like a month, lost a little bit of weight. I had company. I had Hef and Alan and George here. I use that as an excuse to kind of like not do it. But back on the horse here, it counts your steps. You just walk around with your phone, and it's just very encouraging. And it doesn't like pasture you if you go off. It's like they'll just kind of give you space, and then when you come around, so it really encourages you to eat healthy. So I did do keto for a while, and even if I wasn't eating pork rinds, I just felt like it smelled like pork rind. And yeah, I did lose some weight. I can pretty much lose the same 25 pounds or 30 and even 40 pounds for the rest of my life. But that's why I'm trying to change my lifestyle, which is difficult. Okay, just unstarting some things I already read. Hey, Mayor 924. I started because my blood sugar was creeping up. Oh, the low carb. I've lost some weight, but it's coming off super slow. I really don't mind the lifestyle change though. Yeah, I mean, now that I've gone pretty much all the way through menopause or halfway at least, That's a consideration as well. Yeah. Yeah, I thought Cheryl's latest short was funny. You know, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was funny. I get that some people were upset about it because they thought that she was making a dig at someone, but pot or kettle, that's all I have to say. I don't agree with a lot of things that people are doing and saying about each other to each other. Um, Calling someone zero dark anything, that's not my bag, because I was plagued by that guy and he made me cry on my pillow many nights. But again, self-reflection, okay, I don't agree with someone being called that, but why were they called that? Maybe some people need to do a little bit of self-reflection instead of just accusing other people. So I Feral Cheryl, that's how she expresses herself. She could have done a lot worse. So that's all I have to say about that. And it was funny. And I didn't realize it was, supposedly a dig to somebody, but that's up to Cheryl. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But I'm not I don't want to I said to someone yesterday that I myself don't want to cause any harm. I don't. That's not I really don't want to cause any harm in this community. There are times when I am spicy because I feel like I need to defend myself because I've been dragged through the mud for something I didn't do, or there's been a false perception of me that I'm somehow weak, and I'm not. So, you know, I want to move on from that. I've, talked to people. There's been apologies. I accept them. I'm not, wanting to get into the drama, but at the same time, if something comes up and I want to speak my mind, I will. So that's all I have to do with that. But just because I'm friends with someone doesn't mean I sign off on every single thing they do, but I'm not going to be pressured not to be friends with someone. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And yeah, I love you, Cheryl. Bo Beats Black Sheep bites tongue because I'm learning self-discipline. Well, there you go. I was trying just now. I was trying. You're doing better than me, Bo Beats. I love you, Bo Beats. I think you remind me of myself. It's just, yeah, I like your feistiness and you're just very self-aware. And I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Kim Collins. Hi there. I threw my scales away. Best thing I did now through healthy eating. I've actually lost weight. I struggle with self-care by renaming to uh, renaming to kindle myself works. Okay. Oh, being kinder. Oh, okay. Renaming to kinder myself. Okay. I'm kind to others. Why shouldn't I be myself? Yeah, exactly. Why shouldn't you be kind to yourself? Maria, I forgot to tell you, I am an OTA according to Satireology. I love that. Yeah, that's an amazing channel. Georgie, if you can put that link up there, it was really funny. The deep fake videos. Awesome. Asen, being a grandmother is even more rewarding than being a mother. You are wiser, hopefully, and more relaxed because you give all your love and comfort without much of the work. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that would be awesome. That would be fun. Hey, Joel. Great to see you, friend. This has been a very good stream. I am grateful to be here with you all. We experience healing and growth together. I have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Awesome. Yeah. They said, okay, I'll read this. I'll read it. We know that our bald friend is not always wise with the choice of his words, but I must say I understand his frustration. I still hope there comes a time hurt people can communicate with each other. Yeah, yeah, I do too. And it's sad when decades of friendship has been broken. And yeah, I wish them all well, and I care about all of them involved. So. Kate's like, I must be naive because that short for me is just funny. If you find a dig in it, you were the one looking for problems. Why? Yeah, I didn't see it dig in it, but I've heard other people say that. So yeah, I just take it for what it is. I thought it was funny because a lot of people have accused and you know what? I'm gonna push back on this. It's like you want to accuse somebody of being in a cult and they do something funny and to clap back about it. I don't know. I think that's better than a lot of things, you know. Oh, I love going to sleep in Pop Grimmer's stream. Yeah. Yeah. Her voice is really relaxing. I love her channel. Yeah. Eric did a stream from the beach. I love the beach streams. Yep. Love those. All right. I'm just going to catch up on the chat here. Yes. Marley. Okay. I'm way behind. Hey, Cricket Cinema. Great to see you. Janet from Another Planet. I think I said hi to no one. I said hi to no one. Nature stroll. All right. Can do that. All right. Just trying to catch up. Who have I missed here? Oh, Natalie's lurking. Hey, Nat. Oh, did she get a membership? It could be just because she's subscribed. I'm not sure how that works, but that's exciting. I love when she watches. Are you going to get your notebook, James? That's funny. Hey, a girl. So glad you're here. James Dill. Liz Gale, you wise woman. Yes, she is. She is full of wisdom. Absolutely. Mr. Own anesthetic, knock yourself out. All my kids used to love. My daughter used to love when I said knock yourself out, and it was usually because I was like frustrated. She wouldn't stop nagging me, like asking me for something over and over and over. I'm like, whatever, knock yourself out. She's like, really? Thanks. I'm like, well, it was kind of designed as like mother's guilt, like to my kid, like, all right, whatever, I don't care, but she thought it was great. So she still says that. Okay, I'm looking at the comments I've already read, which are funny. Hey, that's what she said. Hey there. That's funny. It reminds me of my boys. Longtime lurker, just saying hi. I enjoy Marilyn's content. What a nice group of people in this chat. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And yes, I love the people in this chat. They're awesome. Oh, Bo Beats. I feel the same, Marilyn. And to be totally honest, I think one of the reasons I didn't watch you from the very beginning was I saw a lot of me in you and struggled with that. But now I don't. Love you. Well, thank you. That means a lot. And that's okay. And I'm glad you're honest. And that's the thing I love about you is that you're honest. And yeah, I respect that a lot. Vanessa agreed, Kate Delight, and kind of how our society has gone in the last 15 years with the rise of PC. I need comic relief in my life. It's so therapeutic to laugh. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We're not censoring anybody. They can express themselves in their own channel. That's how I feel about it. And, whether, we talk about how we're tired of the drama and all that, but it's like at the same time, I totally, I'll defend someone's right to say what they want, but there's consequences. There's consequences for sometimes, just going live about stuff and saying some, not nice things. There's going to be consequences. So, but I'll defend someone's right to express themselves and to say it. But yeah, I'm not defending the consequences as a result of it. That's all. Ethan, I either put on classical music or noises of waves and the sea for falling asleep. It's very relaxing. Yeah. I know. I'm looking at George. He sent me a thing like last week and I need to listen to it. He's staring at me. Yeah, I will. I'll do that today. That was on my to-do list today. Ethan, The people in this chat are good people, and this is my safe space and group therapy. I will always be grateful for you creating this, Marilyn. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're getting something out of it, because I certainly have a lot. So, whoa, we're already at 1 hour and 20 minutes. Amazing. All right. I want to just show you one more quick thing. I'm not going to read them all, but I just wanted to skim through a few of these quotes because I thought they were really good. And again, I put all the links below so you can check them out. Listen to it. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah. Oh, let's put this one up. Okay. I just want to read a couple of them. Let me maybe make this bigger. Does that work? Okay. Let's see. Our doubts are traitors and cause us to miss the good that we oft might win by fearing to attempt. William Shakespeare, and a very William Shakespeare type way of saying it. Michael Jordan said, "You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them." Very good. If you hear a voice within you saying you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. There you go. Just do it, right? Vincent van Gogh said that. Do the thing and you will have the power. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Nice. I like that. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realize how seldom they do. Right? It's not all about you. Sorry, it makes me think of some things. Well, I do love Eleanor Roosevelt. Her other quote that I really like, that I always think of, is no one can make you feel, paraphrasing, I don't know the exact words, but no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, without you giving them permission to make you feel inferior. So it's like, wow, you know what? That's a good point. And it's funny, but not funny, but my aunt Marilyn, her name was Marilyn, and she lived in Maryland, believe it or not. So Marilyn used to go to Maryland to visit Marilyn, Aunt Marilyn. And my I was named after her, obviously, and my biological father had, I'm not sure, he was never diagnosed with paranoia, schizophrenia, anything like that, but he did show a lot of paranoid behavior. And he would say things like, I don't want to go to the parade because there's like a big thing. This was like last week. This didn't happen last week, happened many decades ago, but there's to this day, they have every year this big parade in Berkshire County, near where I live. And it's called the Fall Foliage Parade. And there's like thousands of people there. And he would tell his sister, like, I don't want to go to the parade because everybody's going to be looking at me. And his name was Bob. So she called him Bobby. She's like, yeah, Bobby. She's like, everyone's going to the Fall Foliage Parade to stare at you, you know? And I was like, I always remembered that. It was like, yeah, if I'm so worried about going somewhere because everybody's going to be staring at me, I'm giving myself a lot of credit here. It's like, no, everybody is not going there to stare at you and to see you. They're going there to see the clowns and stilts and the floats and the Miss Berkshire and the kids, with their little costumes and the what do they call those? The Masons, the Shriners with their little buggy, their little go-kart thingies. That's what they're going to see, not Bobby. So, but he passed away 24 years ago now. Yeah, 2000. So what else? I guess I'm good. I read you some of those quotes, but go back and read some of those because they're really, really good. I just love them. Granny G, life is too short to spend time in divisive chats. I agree. Yeah. You can spend time wherever you want, but yeah, that would be my recommendation is just spend time where it makes you feel good and you feel edified when you leave it and you feel better, and yeah, I don't know. I just think everybody needs to do what they feel is right. Right. Bo Beats, I did correct someone for exaggerating a thing about one of your videos last week, which was corrected during her live. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you just telling the truth. And yeah, that's all we can do. Hey, Sophie. Long time no see. I saw you last night on Mental Health Matters for Us. Great to see you. That's what she said. I'm so glad you're here. A little bit shy. I'm glad you feel comfortable here, or I hope you do. All right. Well, this was really fun. I love to talk to you all, and I will see what the rest of the week brings. I've got a couple appointments coming up, but I also have some things I want to share with you all. So anyone needs to get a hold of me, my email is coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. And have a good day, everybody. I will see you later. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.
Like a